In this session, I'm going to explain about how a foreigner or an expat could apply for an Aadhaar card in India. This session is sponsored by wikiprocedure.com, and all the information that I'm going to provide in this session can also be accessed from this following link that is displayed here. I'm going to provide this link in the description of this video, so you do not have to retype them again. As well, all the links that I'm going to provide in these slides can be accessed from this is embedded in this page, so it can be accessed straight away rather than anybody retyping it. I'm going to take you to this page and show you how the information is displayed. So if you could see, the information is kind of displayed in headings, which is easy to understand, and as well the links are embedded here. So you do not have to retype them again. You could just access them straight from this page. So I'm going to take you to these slides. Following is the list of items that we're going to cover in this session. Usage of Aadhaar card, it's actually helpful when you're filing for income tax in India, as well as for any banking transactions. In India, if you have lived in India for more than 182 days in past 12 months, that is practically 6 months in the past 12 months. If you had lived in India, then in some scenarios they would request you for an Aadhaar card for making a banking transaction. Eligibility, if you have lived for more than 182 days in the last 12 months, that is 6 months in the last 12 months, then you are eligible for applying for an Aadhaar card in India. Required documents: proof of date of birth, copy of proof of date of birth, a copy of proof of photo identity, copy of proof of address. Um, Again, I would recommend you to access this link, which has the list of documents that they accept as proof of date of birth or proof of identity or proof of address. In most scenarios, your passport should be good enough um, for validating all these informations that is displayed here. But I would actually recommend you to go through this link to confirm that those are the documents that you can take. Also, it's good that you take, if you could take also the original documents, so that the authorities can verify and return it back to you. Steps to follow: there are a couple of ways that you could apply. One is, if you're currently living in India, then you could approach the enrollment centers, or there is something else called common service centers, which is CSCs. Or if you're currently living outside India, you could approach the embassies. So I'm going to explain in detail on all these three ways that you could apply for. If you're applying in India, if you're living currently in India, then it's always good that you could approach one of the enrollment centers, or it's also called the Aadhaar card enrollment centers. You could get the list of enrollment centers that is in your area from this following link. I would be taking you to this link and show you and explaining you how to find the nearest office locations. You have to make sure that you have all the required documents, and you could download the application form from this following link that I've displayed here, and fill it up before you're reaching the place. And it is also possible that you could get the application forms in the centers itself, in the sense enrollment centers itself. But it is also good enough that if you have the enrollment forms downloaded and filled up already. So once you reach the enrollment center, normally there is a queue that you have to line up in, and you would be provided with a token number, and you would be called in with regards to the token number that is provided to you. I would recommend to go early, because you could finish up things a bit early. So once you are in the enrollment center with your application form and the documents, you submit that to the authorities when you're called in, um, um, and your fingerprint photograph and your iris scans will be taken. Iris scans is your scanning of your eyes, that'll be taken, and once the application is accepted, an acknowledgement slip would be provided. This acknowledgement slip would have a reference number which serves as a purpose that um, you have submitted. That's a confirmation that you have submitted your application. So once the application is verified, an Aadhaar card would be sent to you. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you to this URL to show you how to actually get the nearest office locations. So once you access this following link that is displayed here, you would be taken to this page. In this page, there is a search criteria. In normal scenarios, I normally go with the pin code for search criteria because it's kind of easy to search. And you click on your pin code. Sorry, enter your pin code. The pin code is it's more related to the place where you're staying right now. So you enter the pin code and the verification code that is displayed here. Choose. And click on search. Not sure why did it not turn up with any results. I'm going to try it one more time. So you could see here that this lists out the enrollment centers that you can approach. It also provides the address, contact person name, and the mobile number. Um, you could contact them to make sure about the documents that you have to provide, and when you have to be there and what time the office is open. But it's just that it's nice to speak with them just to make sure that to get the information on like when they what time is the best time to come in and all those stuff. So that's the information there. The next way of applying when if you're in India is through common service centers. You could this is these common service centers can be found out in the nearest municipality office. Every place normally has a municipality office. This common service centers are located in the municipality office. So you could speak to one of your colleague or somebody. They should be helping you out to find out the municipality office in your area, or one of your friend who knows about things here. So they should be able to help you out with finding the you know to know your local municipality office. Or in another case, if you don't have anyone, probably you could access this following link that is here. um, that should provide you with a list of um, common service centers that is called CSCs near your area, and you should be able to go to the nearest office. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you to this link and show you um, how to find the nearest office location. So if you access this link here, you would be taken to this page. So once you reach this page, you select on the state that you are currently located. And the district. In this case, I'm gonna choose Chennai. And sorry, my internet is taking a bit of time. And click on. I'm gonna choose Chennai again. City as Chennai. So once you do that, you would be provided with a list of office locations um, that is in this specific city that you're selecting. So your job is to probably look for the as I said, there's a whole list of office locations that is provided. What you have to do is you have to find out the nearest office location that is with respect to you, and you have to approach them. I think there is also contact information provided, so you could speak with the person and make sure about the documents as well as the time that you're approaching them. So that is with common service centers if you're in India. The uh, Right. So if you're living outside India, and if you want to get an Aadhaar card, um, in terms of filing for tax or something, then you could approach any of the Indian embassies or consulates near in your country where you're currently living, and they should be able to help you out with applying for an Aadhaar card. And again, this link that's provided here provides you the list of Indian consulates and embassies around the world. So that should help you out in finding the nearest office. Fee is free of charge. Validity is for your lifetime. Processing time normally takes 60 to 90 days depending upon the amount of application that is getting obtained. And you could track your application with this following link. So once you submit the application, you would be provided with a reference number. You could use that reference number for tracking your application. Office locations, as I showed you, the two enrollment and the CSE office locations. Other information, in most scenarios, I would recommend you to take your pen with you, because if you want to fill up the application form, or if you want to update something in your application form, then it's always helpful that you have your pen with you. And I would always recommend you to be there in early. um, so if you're in India, because normally there is a queue. So it would if you're early, then it would help you finish things up early. Hope I have provided enough information. Thanks for listening.